We've practicing it all week, practicing it last week, the elements. I know our guys are tough. I know our guys are physical. And so there's different things you do in a snow game, depending on how the snow is. Just like there's different things you do in a rain game, just like there's different things you do in a wind game. And so, I know our guys will handle the elements regardless of what they are this weekend.
Has the uncertainty of the forecast impacted game planning at all?
No, like I said, you have different things that you do in all these situations. So you have, just like you do if a guy goes down, just like you do if they play a different style of defense that you were anticipating, you have contingency plans for everything.
Nick, how involved, it's reported that Kellen Moore has 3 interviews over the next few days. How involved are you when it comes to making sure he's still, in all the meetings doing as much work while also allowing him to do those interviews?
Yeah, he'll be in all the meetings and doing all his work. There's no doubt that he has been all week, and he's done everything the way he's needed to do it to get ourselves ready for this. I think there's sometimes a misconception of coaches that, like, at the end of the week you don't get any time to relax. Like there is a time on Fridays and Saturday afternoons where you do that, and those are the times that in these scenarios guys get to have earned the right to interview for jobs. And I think that we're not the only ones in this position. There's a lot of teams that are still going in this weekend that are having guys do this as well. So Kellen's ready, has our team ready, and so he's handled it big time all week, which really I never thought that he wouldn't. So he's handled it like a pro.
In the offseason, you were talking about how you talked to several coaches, Jay Wright, Don Staley, waiting on advice. What do you find now that you're in the playoffs? What do you lean on most from those conversations?
Yeah, I think you just take all the information that and all the things that you gather and all the mentorship that you get, and that's something that you use week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't get to the playoffs and say, here's what I'm going to do now. And so those conversations with all those coaches that you mentioned and every coach that I've had have been helpful throughout the entire year. And they continue to be helpful at this particular point. But again, you don't do anything different like once you get into this mode. And so it's been business as usual. But I'm very appreciative to Coach Staley and Coach Wright, Coach Patino, Coach Karras, all the people that have helped me get to this position and all the people that have helped me while I'm in this position.
How would you say Vic has helped influence the overall personality of the team since he's been here?
Yeah, he's tough. He's hard-nosed. He's East Coast. Love all those things about him. And so, he's very detailed. And you can see our defense is very detailed. So Vic's a great coach. And just has our defense playing really well. And he's been a great coach in this league for a long time, and his players have played well for a long time, right? You're not playing great defense. The players have to play well to play great defense, and so it's a combination of what Vic does and how he motivates the guys to get them to play to the highest level that they can, and just got a ton of respect for him, and sure glad he's here.
At the beginning of the offseason, you said that Kellen's offense would be a blending of his with yours. A year later, how much did that pan out to?
Yeah, they're still pretty much exactly how we talked about it. I wouldn't say, hey, this is 50% this, 20% that. Like I can't do the math on that. But as you watch the tape, there's different things that we've been doing that's really helped us. There's some things that are similar to what we've done in the past because we've been good at those things, and then there's things that are new to both what we've done and then Kellen's system as well. And so again, like I said, Kellen's just done a phenomenal job of handling all those things, putting our offense in positions that we've been successful with, and can't say enough good things about both coordinators.
Going back to Vic, you talked before about how he calls a game and how well he can call a game. I guess especially in a matchup against somebody like Sean McVay, what stands out about his feel in game and kind of being able to make adjustments?
Yeah, first and foremost, yeah, Sean's a heck of a coach and been a heck of a coach for a long time. I got a lot of, I admire Sean a lot because, just again, how he leads the team and looking at it from afar, how he leads the football team, how he leads the offense. He's just a really good head coach. A lot of respect for that. And yeah, when you go against good coaches, you got to be on your game. And everybody's a good coach, that we go against. We know how good, the players are in this league. We know how good the coaches are in this league. So Vic just has a great feel, again, on how to call the game. I'm not going to get into how I think that or anything like that to give up anything, but he just has a good feel of, what to call in certain situations, how to put the players in positions, how to adjust, all the things that you think about when you think about how to call a good game.
It seems you guys focused on the counting stats with Jalen. So what qualifies as a good game from your perspective?
The what stats?
Counting stats, like how many yards he has, how many,
Yeah.
So what qualifies as a good game?
Wins. He just, again, just continues to do everything he needs to do to help our team win the game. And I think, Bob shared with me, what he kind of talked about, not real concerned about stats. I'm concerned about wins. And what I admire so much about that is we have such, Jalen's very selfless. And just wants to do what he needs to do to help this team win football games. And sometimes that's going to be a ton on him. Sometimes he's always touching the ball and always having to get us in and out of good plays. So it's always a ton on him as nature of the quarterback position. But I love the fact that, that's what he had said is just the wins, because again, it just shows you the selflessness of Jalen Hurts. It shows you the selflessness of the team, because we do understand that everybody on the outside is going to look at this or that, these numbers, whatever it is. We look at wins and losses. We look at something that directly affects wins and losses, which is our, turnover differential. And again, he's played such efficient football. I think it's a shame that nobody's talking about that, or I don't know. I don't know if they are or not. I shouldn't say it that way. But he's playing such efficient football and putting our team in position to win. And that's the goal of any quarterback, is to win the game. And he's just done a great job of that. And so, yeah, I think obviously I answered the questions a lot, with Jalen and this and that, but he wins. He's been playing efficient, and we do what we need to do to win every game. And Jalen does what he needs to do to win every game. And we'll continue to do that and not apologize for it, and how we win in this game and how you go into a game trying to win may not always be how you have to do it while you're in the game. You have to adjust. So we'll see how the game goes, and we'll see, but I think Jalen's played great football.
Two more, please. Jared first came out and said he hates Eagles fans. Did he make things more difficult for himself coming in here? What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, everyone's got opinions, and so I really don't get myself wrapped too much into that. I'm sure the Philly crowd will, regardless of what anyone said, they're going to be hype. They're going to be rowdy. They're going to make it challenging for the opposition to operate in the noise. And I'm sure glad that we have the home field advantage that we do.